Okay, Mario. So this is the big thing that we have to talk about. I mean, this and the match coming up against them when we play them at home. So the first leg for this Champions League round was in the San Siro. From what I took, they were ready to play. The fact that they didn't have Osimhen was a disappointment. We really thought that he was going to get back for this match, but he didn't.
Yeah.
But they still played well overall. And there was a lot of different discussions about what Spalletti was going to do with the formation, with Osimhen being out and Simeone getting hurt. So, what did you think about how Spalletti came out with his formation, especially with Elmas being the false nine? What did you think about that?
Given the result, it's really not bad. I could understand what he was coming from when he wanted to experiment something different against Pioli. Overall, he has a fantastic record coaching wise, against his team. So I think he understands how he kind of works. But this Milan team is definitely, one of Pioli's strongest. Not this year, but last year's was definitely stronger. But it's still one of his stronger sides, right? As you can see, they're in the UCL in the quarterfinals with us. So with that being said, I don't have a problem with how he went about the game. It's more so that we weren't clinical, and that's not his fault. That's on the players. Spalletti
Yeah.
did his job, in my opinion. I don't think you could ask for more, especially like pre-conference, during the game, and post-conference. He was an A-plus coach, honestly. I put this on, like, sorry, Cavada, but it should have been more clinical in front with the first minute. I know you can't make them all. I understand, you're that guy, but you just gotta make stuff like that in games like this. You have to. And Mario Rui, I love you, but damn, man, this is why you don't start UCL games. And a great example right here. You're great in Serie A. I don't know what it is about UCL games that gets to you. I don't know if it's the size difference with most of these teams, but then again, this is Milan. Sure, we already know they are a lengthy team, and I think we did start Oliveira last time against Milan, huh? When we lost 4-0. Did he start that
Um,
match? Or was it Mario Rui?
I
I
can't
can't
I
remember.
can't remember, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, I got to see Oliveira start. Um, Mario Rui is just not meant for UCL, in my opinion. A good sub, but starting for some damn reason just doesn't get in right. Just doesn't go with the flow. Um, Other than that, defense did look a little bit shaky. They seemed to not handle the pressure. The speed was killing them. Leao, how he burnt through Di Lorenzo and Anguissa on that one play. My goodness. Rachmani possibly, missing a penalty that he had on the 33 there. Giroud, that was risky. Um, the ref having a terrible game. It's just this game was a complete cluster too. Although it just ended 1-0, we didn't expect a high scoring game, but it was all over the place. A very fast pace in the beginning, slowed down a bit throughout the middle, picked back up a little bit more. Once the red card came in, Napoli changed up completely. I was very proud that they were able to keep the score 1-0 because Milan had the upper hand. Whether we like it or not, they did. They had the better game too. We didn't play bad, but they played better. Very questionable calls on both ends as well.
To be honest, Marty, I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit. With like our performance compared to Milan's, I think we actually played overall a better game, and I was extremely impressed with how they came out and they were trying to put the pressure on Milan from the get go, and I was impressed with their motivation. I honestly, Elmas, man, playing striker for me, I didn't really like that decision. I think that I even think if they put Cavada as the false nine, it would have been better than that. But I really wanted to see Lozano play that false nine position just because of his speed, and I think it would have gave him a little extra oomph of motivation just to play a little bit better than he did because he wasn't very good in this match.
Yeah.
But overall, the only thing that I was like disappointed in, well, actually, two things. I was disappointed in what you said already about how they weren't clinical in front of the net. And we had mentioned that in our preview that was extremely important
Yes.
that they were clinical. And Dom was on the phone with me a few days ago, and we were talking about this too. And he really thought this was an opportunity for Jack to have a good game, and he wanted him to get the start and everything. And
He's had so many
you
opportunities now.
know,
It's crazy.
yeah, I mean, he's had some good games this year, but I think the
Not
injury had
starting.
something to do with it.
Not starting. He hasn't. They've all
No,
been bad.
yeah, Yeah, but I think he has shown that he has that potential, and he
Of
just needs to be
course, that's
more
what I'm
consistent.
expecting. That's what I'm expecting more, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, but we were just talking about that, and then the clinical part of it. I mean, they had their opportunities. I mean, Magnan made some great saves too, though, man.
Yeah, there you go. I
So
was gonna say that
I mean,
we weren't clinical, but he was a damn good goalie too. He had two crazy
yeah,
saves for sure, two outstanding ones. The one on the Di Lorenzo and I believe the Zielinski one, crazy.
yeah, and you mentioned him not score or Cravata not scoring in the first minute or so. I mean,
That would have been
if he
huge.
made that shot,
It would have
that
changed
would have completely
everything.
changed. Yeah, it would have. And then the other
No
thing was,
OC either. Like it would have still been fine for us if we went up 1-0.
and, yeah, and then the other thing I just noticed that, when we turned the ball over, we were not reactive quick enough to their counterattack. And
Yep.
I mean, Leao really missed the goal. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought he was going to score that. I really
Me
did.
too. I thought he
And
did too. As soon as I saw him break through, I was like, wow, there it is.
But overall, I'll be honest, I wasn't really that disappointed. I was satisfied with their performance, and I think it's going to give them that mental fortitude to take care of business when they play at the Maradona on Tuesday, and having Victor back for that game as we've gotten
Huge.
confirmed from Spalletti, he will be back. And he's
Nice.
even going to be on the bench at least versus Verona. That's going to be a huge thing. But man, the refs. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know another moment in time watching Napoli when the refs made more of a negative impact for the results in that game. Watching the game from the stadium, though, you don't really know exactly what's going on like you do when you're watching it on TV. But watching the replay
Yeah.
and just seeing those fouls that he was missing or he was calling and he shouldn't have, and him pulling out a yellow card even before D'Lo even said a word, and he's our captain. Then pulling out a yellow card for Kim when Kim didn't even make the
It's
foul.
ridiculous.
I mean, and and the ref, UEFA suspended that dude, man.
As
I mean,
deserved.
I don't know if it's for the rest of the tournament, man, but he got suspended. And then I saw something where there's a Napoli fan group that is like they filed a class action lawsuit or some crazy shit like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of drama going on with the whole ref part of it, but I that's not going to make a difference for Tuesday. That's been done and over with. Milan played good enough to where them getting the 1-0 results, it wasn't like the ref gave them their goal,
No, no.
So I
No, the
mean,
ref
I
just
don't.
this was terrible for both sides, honestly. I mean, if we're being real, if it wasn't just Napoli, it
Yeah,
was both.
even some of the Milan fans were complaining about some of the calls that the ref was making or missing, and Seedorf and Posho were there with the I think the Paramount crew, and I saw some things that Seedorf said, and he was disappointed in the ref, especially his inconsistency between the halves and how he was calling the game.
Yep.
And so that was good to see that some Milan fans will recognize it, and Seedorf himself is, he was really the representative of Milan on that TV crew, and he was saying that too. So that was good just to see. It wasn't one of those moments where, Napoli tifosi or anybody. I mean, and Spalletti didn't really say a whole lot about the refs. He could have
No,
said
he
quite a
didn't.
bit, and yeah, and that was good to see too. He doesn't. I don't want the players to have some type of mental block where they're blaming that result on the ref.
That's the one thing
That's
though
what I don't.
that I was really disappointed in though is that our players emotionally, like given the situation, they should have known to handle it differently. How the ref was acting. Just giving out cards. You should have known better not to give any reaction. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, yeah, but the only reaction was from Kim, and it really wasn't that big of a
Di
deal.
Lorenzo's reaction too. It was very very minimal, but he still had a reaction, and the ref gave him a stupid yellow for it because
Come
of
on, man.
Anguis's foul. Yeah, I know, but
Come on. He's our captain. He's supposed to be able to
I
say
know,
something.
I
It
understand.
ain't like he got right up into his face or touched him or
I
anything.
know.
I just the ref. He's inexperienced overall in the Champions League. I think he's
Mhm.
refed maybe two or three more games during this tournament, but he's not one of the experienced refs, and I don't know. I just think UEFA could made maybe a better decision in who's
Yeah,
refing these
especially
next
for a game
rounds
of this
because
caliber. Come on.
yeah, yeah. So, but it's good that they did do something because they recognized that he had a really bad game. So that was good to see.
Yeah.
Um, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about for this match, especially what it means for the next match at home on Tuesday?
I mean, we handled it well, given what we had. No Osimhen. This next match is going to really, really be a whole different game. Osimhen changes our play style, our dynamic. It's completely different. Our superstar duo will be together again. Cavada won't get double, triple, man marked. I can't stand seeing that. And Milan do it so well. They do it so well. So yeah, having Osimhen back will definitely help. We'll get into that as well in the last segment. But next up, we got Verona.